Hi Cancer and Cancer Rising, here is your horoscope for July 2025. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we have a big month ahead. This is because there's going to be a major move by Uranus, which is going to leave Taurus, go into Gemini. But there's also going to be 3 other planets that go retrograde this month, which tends to bring us backward, or we tend to review things even more. But the big news really is Jupiter being in your sign for the next year. And so this is going to amplify your persona. It's going to motivate you to change your appearance, wanting to travel, wanting to explore, wanting to learn, feeling more happier or more beneficial in some way because of Jupiter being in this first house. But there's a lot of dynamics here, a lot of changes. I mean, we're all feeling it. So if you're a Cancer or sun sign or a Cancer rising sign, this is a general horoscope sun sign overview using the tropical whole house system. And it has to be very basic in general because your birthday is completely different. Your birth chart can be completely different. And so, but if you have a sun sign in Cancer or a rising sign in Cancer, you'll still get a lot of good information out of these videos, okay? So let's start off. This is your time of the year as the sun makes its way through Cancer, all right, in the Western astrology. But Jupiter being there, this should bring up the energy level even more in terms of being more motivated, wanting to look good, being seen. Maybe you're spending more time with family. Maybe you're traveling. And this is all quite beneficial this month, okay? So take advantage of it. Now, there are a couple of other aspects here that are very interesting. Mercury is in Leo in your second house, so you're thinking a lot about income and money matters or investments of some kind, of course. Mars is in Virgo, so there's a lot of nervous energy because of the third house being activated. So communication is one of these things now that you're overthinking or maybe a little over worried about things. You know, the thing about Cancers is they are very self-protective, so they tend to worry and then they try and protect themselves or protect their families at all costs. And Mars in Virgo is another nervous energy sign which likes to protect itself and is not sure and sometimes wants to perfect. So when we have Mars going through Virgo, it can be a tricky time for many, okay? So just keep that in mind. But we start off the month, we have Venus entering Gemini on the 4th and 5th, entering your 12th house. So this is about relationships in the past or people from the past or situations from the past that are going to be on your mind quite a bit, okay? Because this is the 12th house of spirituality. So you might find yourself asking questions about spiritual matters, spirit guides, energies, mysticism of all kinds. And this is a great time to connect with people from the past or understand your purpose with them or, befriend people that you used to know as a child and so on as Venus makes its way through Gemini. This is a very strong alignment for many of you having to do with communication of the mind, the mental side of things. Now, we also have the same day Neptune slowing down to go retrograde in Aries right here. And this will be the first planet to go retrograde this month. We already have Pluto in the 8th house, so this is kind of like holding you down a bit, and there's a psychological component to this retrograde. But now Neptune, so this is about career, sense of purpose. Where am I going? What am I doing? And now you're going to be questioning all of that in the next few months because Neptune's going to go retrograde. And later on in the month, Saturn will go retrograde. So these two are going to be very big, very important in the 10th house. So don't be surprised that you're asking a lot of questions this month about your purpose, your direction, your job, maybe making a move. All of that stuff falls under this umbrella of this retrograde. Now, Uranus entering Gemini is a big deal because this will happen on the 7th and 8th, entering the 12th house of spirituality and mysticism. So this is going to do several things for many of you. You're going to know things. You're going to feel connected to something that you normally wouldn't connect to. Spiritual matters, psychic ability. You'll be fascinated by things that are hidden, the hidden realm. You may be thinking outside the box about your own belief systems and ideas. You see, this is what exploration and true awakening is understanding how you fit into this matrix or this world. and Uranus is going to help innovate and revolutionize your thinking and your spiritual belief systems. Many of you may leave religions. Many of you may start going into a new religion. The 12th house is under the umbrella of also spiritual matters and religions. And so you're going to find very strange things going on with friends and associates, over the course of the next 7 years. So this is going to travel through here 7 years to about 2033, I believe. And then it goes into your sign where it will absolutely completely change your whole identity at that point. But this is the beginning stages of major changes to your subconscious, your spirituality, your mysticism, learning outside the box, enhancing psychic abilities, visionary ability. This is all going to be enhanced with Uranus going into Gemini. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming in the subconscious world. The full moon this month is in Capricorn, your opposite sign right there. So this has a lot to do with relationships. So maybe there's a relationship that's not working anymore. Maybe there's one that needs to come to an end. Maybe you're just coming to a realization about a current situation having to do with work. Maybe you're not happy with your job and it's time to go. Anything to do with other people is being highlighted with this full moon in Capricorn. Okay, so keep that in mind. Capricorn is about your your goals, what you want out of life, the organizational side, but it has to do with relationships. So again, relationships are a big theme this month for many of you. And so you'll be having to make some choices, okay? And sometimes, it's just best to not make a major choice around the full moon, but maybe after it. Go, okay, this is what I need to do now. Okay, so that's how it works. Saturn is the second planet to go retrograde this month, and there it is right there in stationary position. And this is at the high point of your chart. So you might find yourself, again, with questioning your sense of purpose. Where am I going? What's happening to me? What do I want out of life? Am I happy with this current position or this job? Am I stressed out with this company or this organization that I find myself in? And you'll be questioning all of it. It's how it works. And so these two retrograding up here are like two giant reminders about the choices you've made, the career, the people around you, your status and where you are in life. That's what the 10th house represents. It represents your goals, achieving a high point in your chart, achieving those long-term goals. And so with Saturn now going retrograde, it's going within, is this what I really want? Do I really want to do this? Do I need to do something else? You'll be questioning all of that. And that's what's happening from this point forward, because Mercury also goes retrograde on the 18th. So this will be the third planet to go retrograde this month. So just remember, retrograde means slowing down to go within and reviewing the past. That's all it means. Doesn't mean you stop. Doesn't mean it just means that you're going to have to put a little more effort into things to get them to work. So Mercury retrograding in Leo, second house of income and values. So now you're going to be questioning, anything to do with financial matters. Your income, if you, let's say, you leave this job or, let go of an investment of some kind. How's that going to work out for me? You'll be questioning all of that. Again, fortunately, you have Jupiter in the first house to bring in some luck, so to speak. So let's not over worry too much about these retrogrades, okay? Now we have the Sun entering Leo on the 22nd and 23rd, which is very beneficial for finances, and the new moon in Leo, which is again very favorable for finances, new opportunities, new job, new business, new connections, new partnerships of all kinds. So as you can see here, as one door closes, another one opens up very quickly. My only suggestion is make sure this is what you really want. Because Mercury is retrograde very close in the second house. These two are retrograde and this planet is retrograde. So we have 4 planets in retrograde during this new moon. What it's suggesting is if your heart's not into it, if this is not exciting you, if something from the past shows up and it's not exciting you, you might have to let it go. You might have to maybe just test the waters. But it's still something new that develops. Could be a belief system, an understanding, an opportunity. Maybe it's short-lived. That's okay too. You see, but something new is coming out of this new moon. All new moons represent new opportunities. It's a cycle that lasts a couple of weeks that gives you a chance to start something new or create something new. And this has to do with money and values and possessions. So keep that in mind. And last but not least, we have Venus entering Cancer on the 30th and 31st, which again amps up the desire to be seen and heard, and you become more attractive to other people, and you become more magnetic. Venus is very magnetic. So it's alluring. It's bringing things to you, the necessities that you need, financial matters, resources, people, whatever it is. Venus in Cancer, along with Jupiter, is going to be very magnetic from July into August. So take advantage of opportunities. That's how I see it, friends. Okay, so there's the general overview. If you want to know more, I do an extended version of this in my Inner Circle community, and there's a link down below in this video. Check it out. There's a free 7-day trial. We do Zoom calls every Sunday. We talk about stuff much deeper in the community every Sunday about what's going on in the world, the trends. I do weekly astrology in there. And so check it out. There's a lot to learn. There's also a 6-module course in there. So I think you might enjoy it. And, I hope to see you in the community. Anyway, have a great month, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.